Chapter 16 of 2 Blue Vortex has officially been released. In this video, I will be reviewing the chapter with the official translations. Eida is on this month's cover page, with the title being The Singularity of Fate. The first page starts off with Eida looking 1 year into the past, specifically looking at Boruto and Kashin Koji. Koji is explaining to Boruto the space-time ninjutsu. It is a jutsu which instantly transports you or other people anywhere. Besides flying, it is a basic Otsutsuki ability. Koji then tells Boruto how he has used this jutsu in the past, but was only able to use it accidentally in limited circumstances, and that it isn't something he can control. However, Koji says that Boruto would be able to control this jutsu in 6 years from that time. Koji then talks about marking metal objects with chakra so that he can sense them. Boruto evolved this into a ninjutsu that allows him to move freely and instantly teleport wherever he wants. This jutsu is the Flying Raijin Jutsu. Even though this jutsu is very similar and was named after Minato's Flying Raijin, they are both different jutsu, and that Boruto doesn't know the actual Flying Raijin Jutsu. The Flying Raijin Jutsu that Boruto created is a jutsu that can help him learn space-time ninjutsu quicker. Koji then says that metal objects are the most suitable for chakra marking, which Boruto lead to. He then says that if Boruto is able to see it, the teleportation would be easier and more accurate. Koji then summarizes that if you have 2 shurikens in different places, the further away they are, the harder it is to know at which shuriken Boruto would teleport to, which is why Boruto came up with the idea to use symbols. Using metal objects with unique shapes would make it easier for Boruto to teleport. And the further the distance, the harder it is to teleport, as it would mean you need to put in more concentration. Koji then tells Boruto that in just a few minutes, he was able to learn stuff that took the future him many years to come up with. But he would also need to train in order to master the Flying Raijin. In the next page, we see them in Orochimaru's hideout. Boruto asks that since Koji can see good and bad futures, wouldn't that mean he can tell everyone everything? Koji replies with it being truly ironic, but the more people that know it, the more the nature of that future will change. Once you know a future, you can no longer act the same as before you knew it. Instead, it will branch in complex ways, making it even more difficult to predict. To summarize, the more people that know a certain future, the more that particular future will change and make it harder to predict. And the more futures you know, the greater you diverge from the track called fate and become a singularity, which makes the future unstable. Which is why the duty of a singularity of fate is to aid the paths to good futures from the shadows. Koji then says that they are both singularities, as Koji is the one who can see alternate futures, and Boruto gets all the information and training necessary from those futures. This is what Jura might have meant back in Chapter 13, in this page specifically. Koji then says that Eida is also a singularity of fate, as he knows Eida would be watching their conversation sooner or later. While watching their conversation, Eida is in a room with Sarada and Sumire. Sarada asks Eida if she found anything, but she says that Boruto has his reasons as to why he isn't saying much, to prevent unnecessary danger. Sarada asks Eida to see what Boruto's current location is, but Sumire intervenes and says that she thinks Boruto doesn't want them to know, as they don't know any crucial intel about him. She feels like it is best to not chase after Boruto. Sarada tries to include the fact about Boruto almost dying when Jura shot him. But then Sumire says that it happened, possibly because they were there. She then asks Sarada whether she thinks that Boruto likes hiding things from them, and asks whether she would put herself in his shoes. She then asks her if she knows that she likes Boruto, as she still leapt into his arms. She then runs away as she thought it was a bad time to talk about her feelings. As I said in the spoiler video, I will soon be posting a video about Sumire and how she can be fated to be connected to Boruto. Anyways, let's continue. Shikamaru contacts Eida to talk to her in private. In the next page, we see the elders speaking to the daimyo from a screen. They are talking about Boruto, who has escaped custody, and asks why they haven't disposed of him. In the next page, we see Eida looking at the distance, and Shikamaru comes up to her to talk about the hidden sand. Eida then tells him that there is a new Shinju, Ryu. She says that he's modeled after Shinki, and that his target is Gaara. She then says that Gaara is safe for now since Shinki was able to seal him, but since Ryu has Shinki's abilities, he can undo the sealing jutsu. She then tells Shikamaru that this information is from what she saw a few hours ago. She explains to him that Mamushi is able to see and look into her eyes while she is watching with the Senrigan, and she isn't sure how he is able to do it. She then confronts Shikamaru about helping Boruto escape. Shikamaru then tells Eida that Boruto has a mystery accomplice and that he spoke to him in the form of familiar toad, which led to him believing it is Kashin Koji. Koji then comes out from Eida's hair and verifies his identity. Koji then tells Shikamaru to send Sarada, Mitsuki, and Konohamaru to the hidden sand, as well as teaming up with 2 sand ninjas, as either Ryu, Matsuri, or both are bound to show up there. He also tells Shikamaru not to let Himawari out of the village as Jura has set his eyes on her. He then tells him that Jura should treat him as an ordinary customer if he returns to the Leaf, specifically a bookstore or something similar. This is because that if Jura is truly angered, they would have no chance at winning. In order to avoid Jura intervening, they have to hit the other Shinju with the minimum force required, and if Jura shows up, they are to retreat immediately. We then Team 7 make a return. Sarada, Mitsuki, and Konohamaru are in the hidden sand. Yodo and Araya arrive at the scene from the top. They welcome Team 7 to the hidden sand, and in the next page they scope out the area. Mitsuki asks Konohamaru where Shikamaru was able to get the intel, but Konohamaru says that it was a supposed reliable source. Yodo talks to Sarada and asks whether she is into a guy, as her aura has changed a lot. Sarada seems anxious when denying it. This proves that she also has feelings for Boruto. Konohamaru spots the Shinju. Matsuri and Ryu are together. In the 2 pages, we see that the Shinju have spotted one of Koji's frogs, and they know that it is a clue that will lead to Boruto. What did you guys think of the chapter? I think it was pretty amazing for the most part, and it is a very well set up for the next chapter, as we might see something terrible happen to Gaara. We finally learned how Boruto's flying Raijin Jutsu works, and the fact that Mamushi being able to see Eida using her Senrigan hasn't been ignored. I cannot wait for the next chapter. Make sure to like and subscribe with post notifications on so you wouldn't miss a new video. Leave a comment down below about your thoughts of this chapter, as well as theories for the next one. Anyways, that's it from me. See you guys next time.